Welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be reviewing my two Hammond Collection Spinosaurs. Since they're so big and my set isn't big enough and my camera set isn't advanced enough, I can't have them both in the same shot all the time. It's even hard just to get one single Spinosaurus like in the shot. So I'm going to be looking at them one by one. It's going to be pretty hard to do it, but I'm going to try my best. And just to get the other dinosaurs out of the way, we're going to be reviewing some of my other custom dinosaur figures that I haven't shown like in videos yet. Just to catch up because I haven't made a lot of videos in a while, especially about my custom. So yeah, we're going to get to those eventually, but we're going to start with my Spinosaurs. So I decided to start with my Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus because this is probably the one I worked on like the hardest because it took like months to get this right. I don't even know if I'm gonna update it again, but I think it's good for now. So the main issue that I had going through this was probably the sale. I don't have the pictures right now, but in the beginning it was just like it was like irritating me how hard it was to get the sale right, especially like this white area too. To get it blending correct, the shapes correct, it was like I had to do it like 50 different times. So the sail, it looked really messy at first. I first tried dry brushing some white and black over it to make it blend better, but I was fine with it for a while, but then I decided to change it. So I just redid the entire sail, and then I put a wash over it to make it more like brown and blended, and then I put like a lot of red coming from the top to blend it in, and I think I did it perfectly here. This has to be like one of the best paint jobs I've ever done personally. We go to the other side. Keeping both sides consistent was also a problem, but I think I got it pretty good too. It looks nice and vibrant, but also natural, obviously. Also, another point where it got really annoying was this stomach area, because it was like with the washes and getting the white to blend in correctly. Like, I don't even remember how many times I had to change it, because first I tried gray with the white, like going, like spreading all like around as dry brushing, like the original Hammond Collection figure. And then for some reason I decided to put like a reddish color or brown color, like dry brushed over it, which didn't really work out. Originally I was going for the original Spinosaurus look, like the Hammond Collection one, except just like different colors. But then later on, I decided to make it like full on realistic, not just like Hammond Collection style. Like I wanted it actually to look like the animatronic in the movie, which became like damn near impossible. But as I said, I eventually got it to work. So enough of that. The head, probably one of the most important parts besides the sail. Um, the eye, I did change a couple times. I believe at first I wanted to keep the eye how it was, but then I quickly changed that because while it does look really cool, I don't think it works in the realistic style. I enjoy the glass eyes, but just like with all my custom figures, if they have glass eyes, I usually cover them up like this. I did try to make it look as realistic as I could. Originally, I made it too dark, so it didn't really stand out. So I made it brighter like this. Then the slit part was pretty fun to do, but it was also really hard. But I think I got it pretty dang good. I also added, it's a little cartoony, but it's a little hard to see too. I added a white dot right there for like a shine effect. I just think it needs to look more alive, so I decided to add it. I'm interested in if you guys think it looks good or if I should remove the dot. I think the dot is pretty fine. It's not too noticeable, so I think it's perfect. And then the white patterns. I don't know if I'm going to show a picture of it. I probably won't, but if you look at my old posts or videos of my Hammond Collection Spinosaurus, I made the white way more prominent, where it wasn't just blended, it was like over it, like the original Hammond Collection figure. It just looked way too cartoony, it wasn't realistic, it was too white. So what I did here, I covered that up, and then with red and gray, and then I put white, like, kind of like faded color, so it wasn't too noticeable. Then I put greens and browns all around it to make it more colorful and blended. It's a little hard to see the greens, which I'm really happy with. You can see some of it, but the point is it's supposed to be settled. So I think it paid off. Then what really sealed the look was just like the sail and the rest of the body. I put a brown wash over it. I think it was also a mix of black. I can't remember. I think it was mostly brown wash to go in like the cracks and everything, and it made it look much better, much more blended, much perfect, I guess. The mouth, I didn't really do anything there. I did accidentally like spray the matte spray over the gum part, so it looks a little cracked, but it's not cracking. It's just the material that I sprayed onto it. Yeah, the mouth is basically the same. I did go over the teeth a few times in a wash. Doesn't do too much, but it looks better, I think. Then, the leg. This part was also really hard to get. Literally any part of the Spinosaurus is like extremely hard to get correct. So, here, where do I start? Let me just clear something up. The base color wasn't just gray. It was like a mix of brown and gray. So, it wasn't, as you can see, it's a little more noticeable on the leg, where it's like brownish, which I think, once again, looks really good. Then, just like the original Hammond Collection Spinosaurus, I just put like white lines and then that's it. And then I put some white dry brushing. It looked really bad, honestly. But then here, it's not perfect, but I first put like faint white streaks, then dry brush a little more white, but more settled this time again. But then once you put the brown wash over it, it like looks a lot more blended in better. So I also put some on this side, but once again, very hard to see. And then I put like a black wash in between the cracks to make it look like have more depth. And then more of that here. Nothing too much to look at there. And then the arms, same deal, is a little white here too. Nothing much to talk about there. Then here for the white, I originally thought, like, when I was first doing my custom Spinosaurus figure, it was the original Mattel one, the not Hammond Collection, the Camp Cretaceous one. So I had to repaint the entire thing gray, which was obviously wrong because it's supposed to be like a mix of brown. Which kind of looks just like ugly. And then my biggest mistake when doing it was I thought the white that stops around here, I thought it traveled all the way to the end of the tail, like blue or something, which was like ridiculous. So now that I'm not dumb, I learned that it actually ends here. So then I had to like dry brush the white around this area, like to like not ugly, I guess, just like fading away, like streaks of white, just and then some white dry brushing, and then once again the brown wash over it makes it look better. So if you ever think your project looks ugly, your paint work, try putting like a brown wash over it. It usually makes it a lot better. And then I do want to point this area out, a little weird, but I think this area looks like one of the best on the figure. It's like a small area, like right before the tail, but the way it turns from white, brown, and then gray, it's like actually just perfect. I just like how that looks a lot. And I think that's about it. The tail, not much to talk about here. Yeah. So since the tail is like a rubber material, you'd expect the paint to come off. It doesn't seem to be happening for me. Still, I would be careful with it. Just put like a matte sealant over it and it should be fine for a while. Yeah, so even if paint does come off the tail, it's a little less noticeable because of all the washes and colors. If it does come off the Camp Cretaceous one's tail, it's a little more noticeable how simple it is, but we'll get to that. Once again, just some more details under there. I did miss some areas. There is still some original color showing, but it's not that noticeable in person. So, yeah, nothing really much more to talk about. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. This one was irritating to work on, I guess, but it was also really fun. Once I finally got the hang of it, it was like pretty dang fun to do. So, yeah, if you plan on doing something like this, just be prepared to like screw up a couple things and mess up. Just be aware that it'll probably take a while to get it right. One more thing. I really hope someone out there makes like a custom Hammond Collection Spinosaurus head, because it's good, but like it's obviously like too wide. Let me see if we can get it. Yeah, it's like a crocodile almost, like a bird. So it's kind of like a key trait of the Spinosaurus where the head is like thin. So I hope they do fix that. But let's finally move on to the Camp Cretaceous Spinosaurus. Here we have him. As a lot of you guys probably know, oh shit. It's basically the same Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, just like aged. And it's like a lot more brown and the colors are faded. So I did try to get that too. And I think I got like the perfect shade of brown. I mix, once again, brown and gray, except I put a lot more brown than gray this time. Oh my god. My stuff is falling. Ignore that. I'll be right back. Alright, so as I said, it's mostly brown in the mix, but there is a little bit of gray just for it to not be too brown. Then what I did, I think what I did next after brown, which keep in mind, put a lot of coats of brown. You need like 2 or 3. One won't do enough, because then there'll be like color showing and it won't really match. Then I put like a brownish white under the belly, and the head, and then tail. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just put some of that there, and then I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember all the steps in order. I put a reddish color. The thing is, it took a couple of tries to get the red correct, because I think I first put like a mix of red and brown, which looked right before you put it on. But when you put it on and then it dries, you can barely see it. So I put like a lot more red, so it still like looks faded and like old, but still like you can tell it's there. So then, yeah, the white pattern, it's a lot more simple than the Jurassic Park 3 one, where it had like actual patterns and the legs had stripes. But in this one, it's more faded, so you can like spread it out more, not as heavy-handed. The leg here, I didn't have to put any stripes. I just had to put some white dry brushing, so it looks a lot better. The sail, this was kind of fun to do. It looks super boring and weak and old, but that is how it looks in the show, unfortunately. Which means that this sail is pretty dang easy to do. It took like, I don't even think I messed up any of it. It was super easy. Even if it looks messy, kind of what it looks like in the show, so not a big deal. On the other side, don't worry, I'll get to the head eventually, but I just want to show you the less important parts. This side, it's a little messier, but still looks cool in my opinion. Like cool in its own way. It's obviously nowhere as good as the insanely cool Jurassic Park 3 sail, but I can't really beat that. I wish they just kept it similar to that, but this is okay. Now, I think I should get to the head, because we didn't do that yet. Well, obviously. Anyways, the head, I think I did like better than the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus in terms of the head, mostly because of how simple it is. I did try to like go a little easier on the washes and stuff. I don't even think I did any washes, because obviously it's a kid's show, it's a cartoon, so it's not as realistic looking, and I did take advantage of that to it made the entire process a lot easier. Oh shit. Okay, get up. As you can see, less wash on the teeth. The only washes that are there are actually just like paint mess ups where I got it on the teeth. Just ignore that. Trying to get him to stand up. Come on. Alright, better. So, what do I say? Well, I didn't really have to like try to do any patterns here, because in this show it's just like squiggly lines, and it's super faded and spread out anyways that it doesn't matter if you try to put any patterns, it would just look messy. So I just did exactly that. I just dry brushed it a little bit, and that's it. Not even a wash, just like an off-white color, like same as the stomach. Like it did a little up there. Like it has to resemble the original, but it's just like a lot more faded. So it's pretty easy. Here, I just put some more there too, coming from the bottom. Oh my god, my stuff is still falling. Okay, other side, pretty much the same deal. As you can see, the pattern's a little different, not too noticeable. Come on, stand up, dude. My god. 1 second. Bro, Stan, I don't have time for this. There we go. Wait, no, almost. Okay, there. The eyes, actually, let's go back to this side. The eye on this side looks a little bit better. So I think, yeah. So I did the same thing as my Jurassic Park 3 one, where I just put the same color of green, just pretty bright. Put the slit, and then I put the white dot to make it look shiny. This works better here since it's a cartoonish and the show is obviously a cartoon, so it works here a little more than the Jurassic Park 3 one. So that is pretty much it. It's a pretty simple design, not much to talk about here. Once again, if there's any questions about this custom, feel free to ask me. And unlike my Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, I think this one looks better when the mouth is closed. I don't know why, I think it works better with the paint job. And also, one more thing. I think the Camera Collection sculpt works a lot more with the Camp Cretaceous design, since the head is wider, and it's a little more wider in Camp Cretaceous as well, so it's pretty accurate. If you want more pictures of this guy, I did post them a couple days ago on my post, so you can check them there. One thing I do want to compare, though, real quick, before we move on to the next dinosaurs, are the sails. As you can see, this one's much more bland. This one is completely different, except for the lines at the bottom. Like, there's blues, like slight oranges, greens, not really greens, but there are reds too, blacks. This one is really sad and boring, which is unfortunately what they did to the Spinosaurus and Camp Cretaceous. Nothing I can do about it, but I really like how these two contrast. Like, you go from this to this. Well, technically it's this to this in timeline, but whatever. So here we have the two Spinosaurs together. Let me just open the mouth so it matches. Shit. Ignore that for now. But we're going to be moving on to my other customs. As you can see, we have the rebirthed Spinosaurus in front of us right now. This one was probably one of the most fun to make. And I think it turned out like one of the best customs I've ever made. So what I did, I took some brown, obviously. It's very brown. So just like brown all over. You can spray paint it if you want. I don't have brown spray paint, so I just hand painted it all. It took quite a while, a couple of coats too. Then I put the yellow over here, just like a normal yellow color, maybe like a slightly off yellow. So then it fades around here all the way to the end of the tail. Then I can't remember the order, but I think what I did next is these really dark brown stripes are almost black, but they're brown. So I used promotional material and official renders to get this right. So it's actually different on both sides. So yeah, so it was pretty complicated to do, but it was fun too. And once again, you just blend it here. Then what really got everything to look great was the light brown dry brushing. It was like tan all over, even over the yellows and darker browns, and it looked really good, and blended everything in, made it look realistic. Then I added a black wash. I think it was black, or dark. Alright, my brother interrupted. He does that a lot. Not to get personal, but no privacy at all in this house. Anyways, I did a black wash, or a dark brown, I believe it was black, all over the figure. I think I avoided the yellow areas though. Yeah, I definitely did not go there. So only on the brown areas put the wash. Then the head, I obviously put yellow. It was like just normal yellow for the eyes. And then the slits. Let me get to this side. I think I did really good on the eyes. Looks a little weird on this side where there's like some excess yellow. But other than that, I think I did a great job. I did put a little more of that tan than usual on the head to like bring out the details. I think it worked really well. So honestly, this is like one of my favorite customs ever. Just I did miss a lot under that leg, so it looks a little worse if you look there, but it's not as noticeable. And on this arm, I missed a huge ton. Even on the other one, I forgot to go under there. But I didn't even notice until like recently, and I made this a couple months ago. So I think it's still fine. So one last thing. This was originally red and I changed it to pink. It changes the figure a lot. I recommend if you're doing customs, if the mouth is red, then put like pink at least. It makes it look way better. Alrighty. Moving on, I just chose a random figure. The D-Rex. Where do I start? Let me take this tape out of the mouth. Alright, so I just took the original figure's color, like the tan color, like the peach, and then put it over the patterns that they put on there. So then it just matched and it looks like a naked D-Rex. Pretty funny. And then I put my own patterns, which kind of looks a little weird, and I'm not as proud as it as the other figures I did. And the dry brushing doesn't look as great. But yeah, just some like really dark browns and not dark browns all around. Then I put a lighter tan color over here and then put a gloss area around it so it looks like realistic and accurate, obviously. Then the eyes, they're orange, just like Ember, which we'll get to soon. Not much to say here. Did some like highlighting with the black, but yeah, since we're gonna move on, not much to talk about here. He can bite. It looks better when the mouth is closed, honestly. So I don't think there's really anything else to talk about, so we're gonna be moving on. Here we have Ember. About Ember, it's been sorry, I almost said she. He's been changed like a lot of times. In fact, he's not really even done yet. I just want to show it. The head was originally more green, just like the body, but then I changed it to like a very pale green, which I think is working a little better than before. I'm still not really liking it too much, but I think it's nice. I originally made the eye like a yellow, but I changed it to orange. The teeth are obviously very dirty. I didn't fix that yet. So this is not the finished design, so I'm probably gonna be making it like more like the head, where it's more pale, less hard to tell that's green. But yeah, there's Ember. Not much to talk about. Once again, just yeah. Once I do finish Ember, I may make a video on it, but I'll more likely be making posts. So just check posts if you want to see Ember. I'll probably finish it in a couple weeks. I haven't been working on him for a while though, so we'll see. Going back to Spinosaurus, we got another quick one. It's the Danger Set Spinosaurus from Rebirth. I painted it to look like exact like the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Sorry, loud motorcycle. I don't know if you can hear it, but did the same thing as my Hammond collection one. It's not as great. Sales obviously not the one. It's again like a little weird, but I think I did the best I could for the time. I didn't really want to do too much though, because I wanted to work on other things, not this one. But here's the deal with this one. I would use white spray paint. I think it was like a primer. Yeah, it was a primer. And then I tried painting over it. The paint still went over it, but it was chipping a lot. I don't know why. So I decided to never use that primer again. So yeah, Spinosaurus, very nice, very cool. They go on my pile of Spinosaurus, which I did show in a post a couple days ago, so you can check that out. Not really reviewed, just want to show this off. My small Spinosaur, just for fun. Found out at Hobby Lobby, got it for like less than $1, so fantastic. Alrighty, and 1 second here. This might be the final one of the day. Quetzalcoatlus. This one's probably my most recent one from what I can remember. Yeah, it is. I got it a couple days ago at Walmart for like $38. It's a little overpriced, but it's okay. I might just be broke. So the original one was like this dark gray color, and it was pretty bland. The entire wings were just blue, which is kind of annoying, not accurate. So, I originally thought from the render looked like this, right? It showed this wing was blue, and that one was like a reddish orange. Problem was, I took this as, this wing, like, both sides of it were blue, and then both sides of that one were red. But, turns out, it's actually just the back wings are blue, and then the inner part of the wings are red, which I couldn't tell from the render. I only noticed after after I saw like the movie. So then I noticed, wait a minute, that's not correct. So then I immediately changed it. So hold up, the inner wings red with, and then the outer wings blue. I did put a lot of sealant onto it so it doesn't chip or like rub off. So hopefully it stays that way. Then I put like a orange color onto here, like, and then at the base of the bottom jaw. I don't know if that's the base, but the lip area. And then I put some like dark gray to match this color, dark gray stripes here. Some splotches of yellow, which is actually how it looks like in the movie, and I think it looks really cool. There's also some reds in there, I think. And then the eye kept the exact same with the orange around it. I mean, red, I don't know. No need to change the eyes, they look great already. Then, this area had some white striping. I don't know why it was white, but I put dark gray over it, and then dry brush some blue stripes onto here, and I think it looks nice and subtle. And then, to finish it off, I put some lighter gray, bluish dry brushing over the figure. And then, yeah, some small details on the wings here. Nothing too much to talk about there. So, yeah. And then I put some like pink in the mouth, not too much. I didn't really worry about the mouth too much, so yeah. Quetzalcoatlus, probably one of my favorite ones. I hope it's a Hammond collection one, but very nice, very nice. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite customs as well. So I believe that is all. Yeah, that is all. But I will show one little last thing, which is my severed old Hammond collection T-Rex head. Very sad. I was very immature with my figures back then, especially with my NECA Godzilla figures. But even with my Hammond collection figures, I had a Ceratosaurus, I had a Baryonyx, and then I even had the original T-Rex, which are all found in stores. But then I was an idiot since I was young, and then I treated them like garbage, and then they're all gone now. So, whoopsies. This is what remains of them all. This custom Hammond collection T-Rex head. As you can see, it's a little destroyed, but I ended up using it as a test subject. So I sculpted it to look like the original Jurassic Park animatronic, and I think it did a really great job at it. So the membranes I had to redo because I didn't have them anymore. Then the top teeth I redid to make sharper. I think that looks nice as well. This is really fun to do. The paint job was great too. It's a little chipping here, but whatever. Yeah, I think it looks almost perfect to like the animatronic. So yeah, he just sits there and does nothing. Fantastic. That is all that I have today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you, and goodbye.